Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH the Flame Emperor episode number 193 based on novel. So let's start. Xiao Mu, let this immortal die. With a roar, the dazzling power of fighting immortals surrounding Feng Zhen suddenly burst out, attacking the Golden Dragon King and Xiao Mu. Tiny worm carving trick. Golden Xiao Yan cast a calm glance, and the golden light rushed out instantly. Boom boom boom. The two powers were just intertwined, and a fiery wave of fire suddenly exploded, greatly raising the temperature of this forest of death. Looking at this simple fight, it was evenly matched, but the Golden Dragon King knew that he had the disadvantage. Sure enough, his strength has not recovered yet, and he was actually bullied by a junior. Golden Xiao Yang said slowly. Soul body. After a short fight, Feng Zhen also knew that the strength of the boy in front of him was only the 7-star Do-D. The reason why his strength had skyrocketed to the current 2-star Do-Yan was naturally because of a powerful soul force. Such a powerful soul body, I'm afraid the strength during his lifetime was very terrifying, if I can get it. Feng Zhen also laughed maliciously. Golden Dragon King, you can't go on like this. This guy's strength is too strong, you and I are both injured, I'm afraid there will be an accident. Xiao Mu, who was on the side, sensed the state of the wind shock, without the slightest influence, and immediately spoke. His escape was pinned on high hopes. If he was taken back by Feng Zhen, I am afraid that waiting for their Xiao clan would be truly doomed, so no matter what, Xiao Mu could not be taken back by Feng Zhen. Then what should we do? The Golden Dragon King looked at Feng Zhen vigilantly to prevent this guy from suddenly making a move, and said slowly. At first, Xiao Mu only felt the power of the Golden Dragon King, but at this time, seeing the appearance of Xiao Yang, who was living in the Golden Dragon King, he couldn't help but say, "Is this little guy the bloodline of our Xiao clan in the lower plains? He looks quite similar to me when I was young. And he seems to have an aura that I am very familiar with." Xiao Mu murmured while staring at the Golden Xiao Yang. Familiar breath. The Golden Dragon King also spoke when he heard the words, obviously thinking of something. Holy flame. I said that the name Xiao Mu is somewhat familiar. It turns out that he was the previous owner of Huaxin Tianyang, and he was also the admirer of Kang Qi in the Jiayue ruins. At this time, Xiao Yang was hiding in his soul realm. Naturally, I understand why the original Huaxin Tianyang was restless. Senior, Fireheart Tianyang is in my body. Xiao Yang directly spoke to Xiao Mutong with his soul power. Sure enough. In this case, it's easy to handle. Xiao Mu felt relieved when he heard the words. Ancestor? Xiao Yang couldn't help but ask, obviously not knowing what Xiao Mu was going to do. Boy, can you lend me your holy flame? After a while, Xiao Mu said. Borrowing holy flames? The holy flame has already been swallowed by me, can I borrow it? Xiao Yang heard the words and became disbelieving. Since ancient times, I have never heard of the use of holy flame, so I was extremely surprised. Don't worry, this won't have any effect on you, and since I was born as the last lord of Saint Flame, there are naturally some ways to do it. Seeming to see Xiao Yang's worries, Xiao Mu said directly. It's all based on the ancestors. Xiao Yang heard the words and said. As soon as the voice fell, Xiao Yang, who was hiding in the soul realm, directly mobilized his soul power, and then a fiery red crystal poured out and swept towards Xiao Mu. What? Feng Zhen was worthy of his extraordinary eyesight and found this hidden scene, but fortunately, Xiao Yang's huge soul power and the power of the Golden Dragon King perfectly covered the aura of Sheng Yang. Feng Zhen did not. It was found that it was Saint Flame Crystal. Sheng Yangjing just poured into Xiao Mu's hands, and suddenly a familiar feeling emerged, and even Xiao Mu's injured body quickly recovered. Old man, long time no see. It was indeed right to leave you to guard the evil race outside the realm. After feeling it for a while, he realized that the holy flame spirit inside had disappeared. Xiao Mu laughed, and then directly urged the holy flame crystal. Xiao Mu has mastered the Fireheart Tianyang for decades, and naturally he has feelings for the holy flame spirit residing in it, so he can't kill the killer for a long time, so he separated the holy flame and suppressed the evil tribes outside the territory, trying to pass the long time. Holy flame's rage. The Golden Xiao Yang was confronting Feng Zhen, diverting his attention, but Xiao Yang, who was hiding in his soul realm, was quite surprised. The Boundary Lord has explained it before. If he encounters an accomplice who came to rescue the Xiao family, he will kill them together. Unexpectedly, it is really not what the Boundary Lord expected. Feng Zhen's mouth moved slightly and then said, Killed together? Joke. This king can also be obliterated by a small shrimp like you. When the Golden Dragon King heard this, a dazzling golden light suddenly appeared, and then the figure swept away, facing Feng Zhen. Although I don't know where you are sacred, but at this time you are just a soul body. When I capture you, I will make you unable to survive or die. The laughter fell to the ground, and Feng Zhen's whole body had soared to the limit because of the speed, and there was a trace of phantom. It's almost time, we must fight quickly, or else the powerhouses on this land will be disturbed and the secrets of the Xiao clan leak out, which will be troublesome. Feng Zhen flashed a thought in his heart, and then without hesitation, he directly faced Jinlong. The king launched an attack. Hand of the Heavens. A soft hum, with extremely strong destructive power, suddenly came out of the vanishing Feng Zhen's mouth. Dragon body. The Golden Dragon King originally wanted to attack, but when he thought that this was Xiao Yang's body, he hesitated and had to mobilize the golden light to defend. Just as the voice of the Golden Dragon King fell, layers of golden dragon scales suddenly appeared on the surface of his body. The dense dragon scales covered Xiao Yang's body tightly. On Feng Zhen's palm, 100 zhong-sized silver energy palm directly attacked. With such a terrifying attack, I am afraid that some ordinary two-star fighting immortals could be instantly killed. Boom boom boom. Above the densely packed dragon scales, layers of tiny cracks continued to emerge, but no matter how strong the attack of Feng Zhen was, the dragon scales were never completely broken. Pick me up. Dragon God Claw. Just when the power of the two was about to reach the limit, a mad laugh burst out from the mouth of the Golden Dragon King. At the same time, a dragon claw with a size of 3 feet suddenly appeared on the palm. Above the dragon claw, there is a terrifying power gathered, and a claw is volleyed against the wind on the side. At that time, the space in front of Feng Zhen collapsed instantly, and even the spiritual energy of heaven and earth became stagnant. I didn't expect it to be the king of the dragon clan. Jin, Golden Dragon King? At this moment, in the face of such a tyrannical blow from the Golden Dragon King, Feng Zhen did not dodge or evade, but instead his pupils were filled with ecstasy, and a crazy thought emerged from his mind. Born in Golden Dragon King, the king of dragons. If he devoured this guy's soul, I'm afraid his strength would be able to jump to the 2nd level or even more. Crazy thoughts emerged in Feng Zhen's mind, but in the face of the Golden Dragon King's dragon claws, Feng Zhen did not dare to neglect, and the dazzling power of fighting immortals directly condensed around him, and then turned into a huge silver shield. Obviously, the reputation of the Golden Dragon King is too huge. Even if he is not strong now, he still has to guard against Feng Zhen. Just as the Golden Dragon King's dragon claws were activated, they immediately swept towards the space where Feng Zhen was, and 3 giant claws of shocking golden energy swept away suddenly. There is a golden light on the giant energy claws, as well as some extremely obscure mysterious lines, as if the mysterious power that destroys everything is attacking Feng Zhen's defense. Xiao Yang knew that this mysterious pattern had never been used against a strong Dodi before, and he could smell a hint of danger from the mysterious pattern. Boom boom boom. 3 golden dragon claws instantly hit Feng Zhen's defense, and then waves of extremely huge fluctuations radiated directly. This bastard, such a tyrannical power. Facing such an easy blow from the Golden Dragon King, Feng Zhen was shocked, and the steady stream of power strengthened his defense, but he could hear a crack after another from his defensive shield. Emerged from above. Bang bang bang. After a few breaths, the silver shield shattered directly, and although the golden dragon claws dimmed a lot, they still attacked Feng Zhen's mind. Its wind shock kills. The domain of the wind. Feng Zhen was in a hurry, but just as the golden dragon claws were about to attack Feng Zhen, a humming sound came out, and then a grey light directly permeated thousands of meters in the forest of death. And with the permeation of this grey energy, the golden dragon claws suddenly shattered. It's actually a guy with a real domain. The Golden Dragon King was surrounded by golden rays of light at this time, and surrounded Xiao Mu vigilantly. This field of wind has just appeared, and the pressure on the Golden Dragon King has been greatly increased. Although the Dragon God Claw just now is tyrannical, it cannot be used a few times in the current state of the Golden Dragon King, and now Xiao Mu is absorbing the power of the Holy Flame from the Holy Flame Crystal. I am afraid that it will take some time to recover some power, so what the Golden Dragon King can do is to drag the wind as far as possible. What a strong domain. Xiao Yang, who was entrenched in the Soul Realm, couldn't help but say. Since the domain of Fengquan just appeared, a sense of heaviness immediately appeared in Xiao Yang's perception. Within the kilometer covered by the grey energy domain, I am afraid that Fengquan will be at a rather terrifying level. The king of the Dragon Clan, the Golden Dragon King, really lives up to its reputation. Feng Zhen stepped on a trace of grey energy, and then said to the Golden Dragon King with a smile. Knowing this king's name, Why don't you retreat quickly? The Golden Dragon King said coldly, his voice full of arrogance. It is said that in the most tragic battle in the Dacian world, the king of the dragon clan fell. It seems that it is just a rumor. Fengzhen did not seem to take the words of the Golden Dragon King in his eyes, and said to himself, "But I believe that this rumor will soon become a fact." Go to hell. After Fengzhen finished speaking, the grey energy that wrapped thousands of meters suddenly became restless, and then a dazzling energy that made the scalp numb, suddenly compressed, and Fengzhen's palm in his own domain, a mass of grey light condensed above it, and the grey light seemed to annihilate everything. Extremely terrifying. Golden Dragon King, go to with remorse. Don't worry, I will take good care of your soul power, and I will take care of your dragon clan in the future. Fengzhen finished speaking, as if the winning ticket was in his hands, his figure flashed, and when Du appeared, he had already arrived at the Golden Dragon King. Before. The next moment, the palm of his hand was suddenly raised, and he suddenly attacked the Golden Dragon King who was close at hand. This kind of terrifying attack, if the Golden Dragon King was at its peak, would naturally seem painless, but now the Golden Dragon King has lost his body, only the soul remains, and the Golden Dragon King, the most arrogant, is the power. Xiao Mu, after watching this for so long, it's time to deal with this guy. Facing the terrifying attack, the Golden Dragon King said softly without the slightest panic. In the face of death, neither humble nor arrogant, this is the real powerhouse. It's good to come. As soon as the Golden Dragon King's voice fell, a figure wrapped in khaki flames suddenly strung out from a space, and then directly hit the wind shock that seemed to destroy the whirl. Boom! The grey energy and the khaki flames hit instantly, and then a scorching heat wave spread out, making the grey energy in the kilometer space shrouded in the wind shock field slightly dimmed. Xiao Mu, you are courting death. Seeing that his tyrannical blow was intercepted by Xiao Mu, Fengzhen was furious and looked at Xiao Mu angrily. However, I don't know if I don't see it. I was shocked when I saw it. The strength of Xiao Mu just now was only the strength of a 2-star fighting immortal, and there were some scars on his body to varying degrees. Countless mysterious crystals are tightly held in the palm of the hand, and even the breath has returned to the level of Samsung fighting immortal. Holy flame! Fengzhen is indeed an old river and lake. With just one glance, he discovered the origin of the khaki flame on Xiao Mu's body, and immediately said, "As a reward, we'll send you to hell." After Xiao Mu finished speaking, he did not rush to act. Because Xiao Mu knows that, although his strength has recovered a lot due to the increase of the holy flame, he still has to be careful just in case, so he is constantly urging the holy flame crystal. Damn. Going is the best plan. Fengzhen is indeed an old-fashioned generation. Although the Golden Dragon King in front of him is extremely attractive, he knows that he is not the opponent of Xiao Mu, who has holy flame and has returned to the level of 3-star fighting immortal. With an idea in mind, he flashed his figure and swept away into the distance. Looking at the appearance, naturally he thought, "Uncle Shi, this guy is going to escape." Xiao Yang and Xiao Xian couldn't help but say something. "Don't worry, this guy can't go." And just when Fengzhen moved, that Xiao Mu also moved. "Xiao Mu, although I didn't arrest you this time, but knowing the secret of the Golden Dragon King, you should wait for the stronger people in the center of our human world to come to find your trouble," Fengzhen said while running away. In the early days of the 3-star Battle of Immortals, if you run away, I, Xiao Mu, will be called in vain. After Xiao Mu finished speaking, he threw the holy flame crystal in his hand instantly, and then in the sky, circles of khaki flame patterns appeared. It slowly spreads out like ripples. And when the khaki-colored ripples spread out, the figure of Fengzhen, who had already escaped several hundred meters, suddenly solidified, and then his face was ugly. It's actually the holy flame domain. What a powerful holy flame controlling power. Xiao Yang couldn't help but be startled WWLA with Macron. Xiao Mu's series of use of the holy flame crystal just now made Xiao Yang feel inferior, whether it is the use of the holy flame or the control of the holy flame crystal. However, Xiao Yang also knew that if he wanted to control Saint Flame in the true sense, his current strength was not at that level. Holy flame domain. What is that? Xiao Yang wondered when Fengzhen spoke not far away. The so-called holy flame domain is to integrate holy flames into one's own domain to make its domain more powerful. In other words, if your original domain power is 1, and the power of holy flame is also 1, after integrating the domain of holy flame, the power in the domain alone is 2, and both the power and the power are geometrically increased. The Golden Dragon King laughed. Ancestor Xiao Mu is really strong. Xiao Xian on the side also spoke slightly. Although I don't know how strong the holy flame is, with the appearance of Xiao Mu's holy flame domain, Xiao Xian suddenly felt a more powerful domain force emerge than the previous Fengquan. Fengzhen, since it's already here, why are you leaving in such a hurry? At this moment, Xiao Mu's pupils burst out with a khaki flame, which shot towards the place where Fengzhen was. Not good. The realm is going to disperse. Fengzhen was shrouded in Xiao Mu's realm, and Fengzhen's wind realm, under the pressure of Xiao Mu's holy flame realm, actually made a sound of shattering. Crash. As Xiao Mu's flame attack swept away, the field of wind composed of grey energy instantly shattered, replaced by a more dazzling and hot flame power. Fengzhen, the grievances of your human world center against our Xiao clan, let's get some interest back from you. Don't worry, other powerhouses will come to accompany you in the future. Mu's whole person was slack and seemed extremely powerful. Xiao Mu, although your current strength has recovered to the level of a 3-star fighting immortal, but if you want to kill me, you are dreaming. Fengzhen also knew that things were not easy, so he didn't dare to take it lightly, and roared directly at Xiao Mu, his body fighting immortals. A steady stream of energy gathered out, not letting go of any trace of escape. If it weren't for the help of the holy flame, I'm afraid I would have taken your hand today, but now, it's time to end it. Dragon of holy flame. Xiao Mu's voice was like a descending from the earth, with incomparable majesty. As Xiao Mu's voice just fell, hundreds of fiery fire dragons slowly emerged in the thousands of meters of space filled with holy flame domain. Above the fire dragon, the power of holy flame emerged, and there was even a faint trace the mysterious lines of it are attached to its body. And hundreds of fire dragons just appeared, all staring at Fengzhen with anger. Although Fengzhen is a 3-star Dozian in strength, he is also at the bottom of the human world law enforcers. Wherever he has seen such a big scene, his mind was immediately stunned by this scene. 100 Dragons Burial. After a while, Xiao Mu said with satisfaction as he watched the fire dragons emerge in the holy flame domain. Boom boom boom. Xiao Mu's voice just finished speaking, and in the holy flame domain, hundreds of fire dragons blasted directly at the wind shock. Defend me. Fengzhen also knew that he had no hope of escaping, and his voice became crazy. Bang bang bang. No matter how Fengzhen defended, he was bitten by the fire dragon, and his body turned under the fire dragon's bite. I can't die. Fengzhen realized that these fire dragons were far from what he could handle, and regretted it. If he hadn't underestimated Xiao Mu's power and had used the thunder method from the very beginning, I'm afraid this situation would not have happened. I can only blow myself up. Fengzhen was indeed a law enforcer in the human world, with extremely high quality, and a chill flashed in his heart. Want to blow yourself up? It's too late. Xiao Mu sneered when he saw Fengzhen, who was bitten by hundreds of fire dragons, suddenly act carefully and carefully. Xiao Mu waved his big hand, and in the holy flame domain, a giant hand from the sky suddenly rushed towards Fengzhen. Damn it! Fengzhen saw such attacks coming, so he could only temporarily give up his self-destruction and resist. Xiao Mu, although I failed this mission, I am a fighting immortal, and a mere 35th ranked holy flame can't kill me. Wait until the powerful law enforcers of our human world attack. You can't survive, you can't die. After Fengzhen finished speaking, he was no longer resisting, and just let the fire dragon bite. It's a little strange that although the fire dragon bites, although it does damage to Fengzhen, it still can't kill it in a real sense. That's not necessarily true. Just when Xiao Mu was puzzled, the golden dragon king on the side flashed out, and in the palm of his hand, an ancient rune with countless eerie patterns appeared slowly. Soul Eater Talisman? Do not want. I beg you not to kill me. I'll tell you everything you want to know. When Fengzhen just saw the mysterious black rune, his pupils actually sunk in because of fear. It's too late. The golden dragon king sneered, and then the palm of his hand was directly attached to Fengzhen's body. A strange scream came directly from Fengzhen's body, but when the sound only lasted for a few breaths, Fengzhen's body suddenly stopped moving. However, a dazzling ray of light poured directly into the Soul Eater Talisman within the body of Fengzhen. Soul-devouring talisman, spit it out for this king. Looking at the mysterious power on the soul-devouring talisman, the golden dragon king burst out. You. The Soul Eater made a sound, obviously not wanting to spit it out. I'm giving you a chance. If you don't spit it out, this king will directly refine you here. The golden dragon king shouted. Wang Om. As the golden dragon king shouted in succession, the soul-devouring talisman unwillingly spit out the Fengzhen soul power that he had just swallowed, and then returned to Xiao Yang's ring in extreme sadness. The control of the body is handed over to you. The golden dragon king said, then left Xiao Yang's body and floated in the holy flame domain. Golden dragon king, You look like this. Seeing this, Xiao Mu couldn't help but say, "It's just the state of the soul," said the virtual shadow of the Golden Dragon King. Just as Xiao Yang took control of his body, a sense of powerlessness spread all over his body. It was obviously the sequelae caused by his uncle Jinlong King's high-strength enhancement of his own strength just now. This is... what? Xiao Yang reluctantly swallowed a few pills, and then his eyes fixed on the soul light group in front of him. Because Xiao Yang was shocked by this soul light group, he felt the soul in his body shake violently. This is the soul power of an immortal warrior, but after the effect of the Soul Eater talisman, it may be called the soul of a warrior immortal. The Golden Dragon King said flatly. The soul of fighting immortals? Xiao Yang and Xiao Xian suddenly became puzzled when they heard the words. Obviously, this new name was too unfamiliar to them. Haha, I don't know if I don't blame you. After all, even the powerful immortal fighters don't know much about it. The Golden Dragon King laughed. I didn't expect this time to be so lucky. It's really the soul of a fighting immortal. Xiao Mu on the side also smiled slowly, but Xiao Yang could clearly feel a sense of weakness after Xiao Mu launched the attack just now. Obviously the seemingly powerful attack just now was not small for Xiao Mu. However, it's really surprising that the soul-devouring talisman of the ghost world was actually obtained by this kid. If it weren't for this Soul Eater talisman, I'm afraid this huge soul power would not have formed the soul of the immortal fighter. At the beginning, the patriarch had searched for hundreds of years and couldn't find it. Xiao Mu said with a smile. This thing is related to him. Let's do business first, said the Golden Dragon King. I don't know how you feel when you look at this group of soul light in front of you. The Golden Dragon King smiled. It seems that the soul stone in my soul realm emits an extremely greedy aura. Xiao Yang frowned, sensing the restlessness of the soul stone in his body. This soul stone is naturally something that contains the power of the soul in Xiao Yang's soul realm. Your current soul power has already reached the Emperor's realm level small perfection. If you want to go further, I'm afraid it will be extremely difficult. You must know that the Emperor realm ordinary rank corresponds to the Emperor rank first rank pharmacist, while the Emperor rank earth rank corresponds to the Emperor rank 2 rank pharmacist. As for the higher level Emperor realm heaven rank, it is the Emperor rank 3rd rank pharmacist. King Jinlong said. My current soul power is Emperor realm earth level small perfection. For pharmacists at the highest level, it is only able to refine the earth pill in the heaven and earth profound realm of the Emperor's 2nd rank. As for Tian pill, I am afraid that it needs to reach the Emperor realm earth level great perfection before refining. And if you want to step into the Emperor rank 3rd grade pharmacist, I am afraid that it is only possible to break through the Emperor rank. Xiao Yang shook his head weakly. In Dodi continent, soul power is closely related to the rank of alchemist. Good. But you don't know the preciousness of the soul of fighting immortals in front of you. The Golden Dragon King smiled when he saw Xiao Yang being so smart. After this time, maybe we have to be separated temporarily, so before we leave, you will completely absorb the soul of fighting immortals. And with the power of the Soul Eater talisman, it's enough to make your soul power reach the Emperor realm heavenly great perfection. King Jinlong said. What? Emperor realm heaven level great consummation? Xiao Yang heard the words, his chin was about to fall out. Emperor realm heaven level great perfection, what does this mean? This means that the pinnacle of the Emperor level pharmacist will be the immortal level pharmacist in the next step. What a great handwriting. Xiao Mu smacked his tongue secretly when he heard this. The soul power of the Emperor realm heaven rank great perfection. This is a pharmacist that is comparable to the peak of the 3rd rank of the Emperor rank, and it is only one step away from the 4th rank alchemist of the immortal rank. This fighting spirit is very tyrannical, and it may be possible for him to reach the Emperor's heaven level small perfection, but it may be difficult for him to break through to the great perfection. Xiao Mu stared at Feng Zhen's soul power in front of him, and then spoke. Remember, the soul of Dozian, this is the only chance that a Dozian powerhouse with a domain will form after a special qualitative change when he dies. And this Feng Zhen's soul power has also reached the small perfection of the Emperor realm, so if you devour his soul power, although it will not allow you to break through to the small perfection of the Emperor realm, it will allow you to step into the Emperor realm smoothly. Heaven level is no problem. But that's just Feng Zhen's soul power. At this time, Feng Zhen's soul power, under the mysterious effect of the soul-devouring talisman, has turned into the soul of fighting immortals. After you swallow it, it is enough to set foot on the Emperor's realm, so it's extremely good to add the power of the 3 of us. It is possible for you to break through to the great perfection of the Emperor realm, said the Golden Dragon King. 3 people? Xiao Yang couldn't help frowning when he heard the words. The three were naturally the Golden Dragon King and Xiao Mu, but who was the other? Ancestor Xiao Xian? Ancestor Xiao Xian is too weak, shouldn't it be impossible? However, before Xiao Yang could react, the Emperor Yang ring on his finger broke through, and then a roar appeared. Golden Dragon King, you bastard, what do you want? A voice full of anger slowly echoed. Soul-devouring talisman? Xiao Yang was suddenly surprised when he saw the breakthrough of the always mysterious soul-devouring talisman. Although it has been vaguely guessed that there is an almighty hidden in the Soul Eater talisman, but this almighty is too arrogant and has never made a move, so Xiao Yang does not know the details. Master of Soul Eater? When Xiao Mu heard this voice, he suddenly said in a deep voice. Although Xiao Mu's strength is tyrannical, there is still a lot of gap between him and the Master of Soul Eater, so he is surprised at this time. Don't you know what I want to do? The Golden Dragon King looked at the Soul Eater in the Soul Eater and said with a smile. Golden Dragon King, I respect you as the king of the Dragon Clan, and I don't want to have a grudge against you, but if you stop my life, today, even if the master is seriously injured, he will definitely not make you feel better. Inside the soul-devouring talisman, a spooky ghostly energy emerged, and this ghostly energy even pushed the holy flame domain back slightly. Hey, Master of Soul Eater, what are you anxious about? Since Xiao Yang acquired you, you have been lurking in the Soul Eater talisman, rarely helping Xiao Yang, and over the years, your soul power has not been absorbed in vain. Do you really think that this disciple of mine is treated so well in the body? The rent has to be paid. The Golden Dragon King's voice broke through, full of majesty, without the slightest smile. You. Feeling this breath, the breath of Soul Eater suddenly weakened. Don't worry, I won't do anything to you. After we leave, my disciple hopes you will take care of one or two. It's just that the owner of the Soul of Fighting Immortals now has to add some power in the soul-devouring talisman, so that he can be successfully promoted to the Emperor's realm. Golden Dragon King Road, what do I have benefit? The Lord of Soul Eater also knows that it is not good to fight against the Golden Dragon King, and he is seriously injured. Xiao Yang's refining skills are very good. Although he is a very special ghost in the ghost world, he does not need to refine his body for resurrection, but he will be resurrected in the future. When you are hungry, you will inevitably need this guy. Benefits. How about the friend of the Golden Dragon King? The Golden Dragon King laughed. Deal. The Soul Eater heard the words and directly agreed. No one knows better than him that this Golden Dragon King's verbal promise is worth more than anything else. Friends of the Golden Dragon King. The Golden Dragon King is also the king of the Dragon Clan, which means that this Soul Eater will be a friend of the Dragon Clan in the future. That status is quite honorable. Then let's start. The Golden Dragon King said directly after seeing that he had reached a deal with the Master of Soul Eater. Xiao Yang, use the Soul Stone to absorb the soul of the Doze Yan. As for whether you can reach the peak, it depends on your hunger. At this time, the Golden Dragon King also shouted. And Xiao Mu and Xiao Xian also nodded secretly. They all knew that the Golden Dragon King wanted to give Xiao Yang a great gift before leaving. Yes. Xiao Yang nodded solemnly when he heard the words. He knew that the great fortune that his uncle, the Golden Dragon King, gave him is not a big deal. After a while, Xiao Yang directly swept away the soul of Doze Yan floating in the holy flame domain, obviously preparing to absorb it. And the mysterious black soul-devouring talisman, the Golden Dragon King, and Xiao Mu and Xiao Xian's group slowly stayed aside, apparently discussing something. Needless to say, I'll leave when this little guy succeeds. If you're in a hurry, don't be in a hurry. The Golden Dragon King looked at Xiao Mu and said, Row. But I like the blood in this kid. And the fact that Sheng Yang can be obtained by this guy also means that he has a destiny. The Xiao family has such descendants, I'm afraid the next time we meet, this kid will grow up. Xiao Mu said. Master of Soul Eater. The Golden Dragon King agreed softly, and then said to the Soul Eater talisman. I know, it's really troublesome. The Master of Soul Eater agreed, and immediately urged the Soul Eater talisman to face Xiao Yang and the soul of Doze Yan. Come here. Xiao Yang waved his palm lightly, and the dazzling soul of Fighting Immortals came to his palm. Wow. The soul of Fighting Immortals just came to Xiao Yang's palm, and suddenly a cool feeling spread throughout his body, and even Xiao Yang felt that his whole body was purified by the soul of Fighting Immortals, including the evil spirit. The blood demon gold energy. It's really a good thing. Xiao Yang couldn't help laughing. Xiao Yang knew very well that if it wasn't for his ancestor Xiao Mu and his uncle Jinlong King, I'm afraid this kind of soul of Fighting Immortals would not be available to him in his dreams, and he would not even want to devour it. Humph. He's really a kid who is envied by heaven. If this soul of fighting immortals was not discovered by the Golden Dragon King, I'm afraid it wouldn't be your turn. The soul-devouring talisman quietly came to Xiao Yang's side, and immediately spoke. Obviously, if it wasn't for the Golden Dragon King to stop him just now, I'm afraid this thing would be a great supplement to the Soul Eater talisman. Swallow this thing directly? Xiao Yang still asked tentatively. If you want to die, just swallow it. Soul Eater said angrily. Senior, how should this thing be swallowed? Xiao Yang still held back. This soul of fighting immortals was too important, and Xiao Yang did not dare to take it lightly. This thing is the product of a fighting immortal powerhouse. If you are a mere 7-star fighting emperor, if you swallow it like this, I am afraid it is no different from sending you to death. The Soul Eater said disdainfully. Xiao Yang heard the words, patronizing the preciousness of this thing, but ignoring some fundamental problems. How can the product of the immortal fighter be simple? Give this to me, I'll refine it for you, and I'm delivering the purest power to you, said Soul Eater. Senior Lao. Xiao Yang said respectfully, and then directly swept away the soul of Dozian towards the soul-devouring talisman. With Xiao Mu and the Golden Dragon King here, Xiao Yang is not afraid of the Soul Eater's tricks, unless the Soul Eater is tired of living. It's really unfortunate to meet you. Originally, after following you for so long, my power has recovered a bit, but to help you break through your soul power, it still costs me a lot of power, which is really unpleasant. But who made you have a good family and a good uncle? After the Master of Soul Eater finished speaking, he exuded an extremely eerie ghostly aura, and then devoured the soul of Dozian in one bite. However, Xiao Yang could sense that at this moment, a trace of pure soul power emerged above the Soul Eater talisman. Boy, take your holy flame. Just as Xiao was preparing to adjust his breath to cope with the next swallowing, Xiao Mu broke through. After Xiao Mu finished speaking, Sheng Yangjing threw it directly at Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang, on the other hand, was not a procrastinator. He directly put away Sheng Yangjing, and immediately began to adjust. And Xiao Mu lost the holy flame crystal, and the aura in his body also dropped to the level of a 2-star fighting immortal, but this is enough. At this time, there are still as many as 20 days before the sect competition. Xian San Tian Xian Ling royal family. How are things going? King Xian Ling sat on the dragon seat and said to the elites under him. Reporting to my king, the matter has been handled almost. In the Xianling royal family, any strong person who rebelled against my king has been locked in the underground palace, and the secret spell that can improve his strength is also planted. Wenzi was next to Xianling king. Whispered. Ha ha ha. So good. In this sect competition, our Xianling royal family is bound to win. Fenxiang Pavilion, this time we will completely resolve the matter. King Xianling said. My king, the matter of Xiao Yang's killing of our disciples in the Burning Incense Pavilion should begin. Wenzi reminded. Don't worry, there will naturally be someone waiting for him during the sect competition. And if those guys fail, this excuse is our last resort. King Xianling laughed gloomily. My king, Shengming, Wenzi said. Where has the third Prince Xuanmu been recently? King Xianling asked Zaidu. It is said that they are going to the entrance to the ghost world in the Forest of Death. Wenzi said. Send a strong person to follow him, he can't have an accident. After King Xianling finished speaking, the figure disappeared immediately. This appearance is clearly the perfect fusion of the real power of life and death, the power of fighting immortals. The third prince, Xuanmu, is the most favored. It seems that the Xianling royal family will change. I don't know if the Burning Incense Pavilion will still exist after this sect competition. By the way, it seems that the Blood Rose has disappeared for a long time. I don't know why. Forget it, let's not talk to my king for a moment. After Wenzi finished speaking, he also slowly disappeared. In addition to this, the other major super sects are all in the process of intense cultivation, waiting for the time for the sects to compete. In a blink of an eye 10 days passed. Almost. This is all the power I can mobilize, which has been injected into this soul source by me. As for whether you can reach that point in the end, it depends on your fortune. Soul Eater Talisman said suddenly. As soon as the voice fell, a ray of light with a size of 10 meters suddenly appeared, and then appeared in a hidden place in the Forest of Death. Since the Saint Flame Crystal was returned to Xiao Yang, the Holy Flame domain disappeared. Okay. Soul Stone. Suck it for me. Xiao Yang's pupils suddenly opened, and the dazzling suction directly absorbed the source of the soul. If it is said that what Xiao Yang absorbed in the past is called the soul source, then the soul source that has been tempered by the evil soldiers of the ghost world at this time is called the soul essence. The purity of his soul power is countless times what he had absorbed before. Xiao Yang's pure power was continuously absorbed, and the soul stone in Xiao Yang's hand was also filled with an invisible and extremely terrifying fluctuation. This fluctuation lasted for about 3 days before Xiao Yang returned to calm. 3 days later, Xiao Yang's pupils suddenly opened, and an invisible soul force shot directly at the sky of the Forest of Death, hitting the sky. This video will end here.